Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to take a personality test, and this one's actually a very popular one, 16 personalities. A lot of you guys have asked me to take this one. I thought it might be interesting for myself also, as well as for you guys to get to know me better. I don't know how accurate these things are. I've opened it now. A lot of people say like it's really accurate. It says here, it's so incredible to finally be understood. So I will just try to answer as truthfully and honest as I can, and hopefully it doesn't tell me that I'm kind of a sociopath or something. All right. You enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. Okay, that's already tough for me, because like there are social events and there have been social events that I really enjoy. It does depend on which kind of people there are, and like generally I don't like crowds, so I'm rather disagreeing, but not that much, and I'm not neutral. I tend to disagree more. Yeah, I'm a bit more introverted. You often spend time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas. I do spend a lot of time exploring intriguing ideas. I don't know how unrealistic they are, but my ideas aren't unrealistic though, right?
Many of them work out. So
yeah, I don't think I waste time on unrealistic ideas. That's like the first thing that comes to mind when I get an idea, is like, how realistic is it? So, nah. Not really. Your travel plans are more likely to look like a rough list of ideas than a detailed itinerary. My travel plans, I don't have travel plans. My travel plans are just, yeah, totally. You often think about what you should have said in a conversation long after it has taken place. That's true. That's something I used to do a lot more than I do now, but it's still a thing. Like back when I was younger, I was like not able to express myself that well. I wasn't as, I don't know how to say it, as eloquent. I don't know why. I think it has something to do with the fact that in my family we didn't talk a lot, and then we talk in Korean and German and it gets mixed a lot. So I often had troubles like having real good conversation and finding the right words, which you wouldn't think of me now, but that's something that actually took a bit of practice. So sometimes I still do that. If your friend is sad about something, your first instinct is to support them emotionally, not try to solve the problem. Is something I definitely do, because you're not always responsible for your friends' problems, and you shouldn't be. Like a lot of times, you shouldn't be responsible for them. You can help, of course, wherever you can, but there are things that you can't really have an effect on, be it decision-wise or like just struggles. Especially if you have a friend or family who's struggling, like mentally, if they're depressed or anxious, there's not that much you can do to solve their problem, apart from being an emotional support. So yeah, I think first instinct is to support emotionally. People can rarely upset you. I don't get upset that much. Even though I rant a lot on Twitter, I don't let it get to me as a person. I've dealt with a lot of stuff like racism and other kind of harassment, so you get tough skin. So yeah, I guess. You often rely on other people to be the ones to start a conversation and keep it going. That also depends on who those people are. If I'm more like, I feel like I'm very introverted, but I can keep a conversation going if I have to. So if the other part is like even more introverted than me, then I actually make an effort to have a conversation and keep it going and like brighten up the mood a bit. I guess I do. If you have to temporarily put your plans on hold, you make sure it is your top priority to get back on track as soon as possible. I like plans. I make up my mind to pursue a certain plan, then it's really hard for me. Like sometimes I'm too hard on myself, so it is the top priority to get back on track as soon as possible. You rarely worry if you made a good impression on someone you met. Nah, I do worry. A bit. It would be a challenge for you to spend the whole weekend all by yourself without feeling bored. No. I like being alone. Sometimes I can deal with it. I can have fun by myself. I'm plenty of fun. You are more of a detail-oriented than a big picture person. No, I'm a big picture person. You are very affectionate with the people you care about. Yeah, it's true. I think so. You have a careful and methodical approach to life. Yeah, you're still bothered by the mistakes you made a long time ago. That is true. I have done some mistakes. I'll talk about it sometime. At parties and similar events, you can mostly be found farther away from the action. Yeah, I guess. You often find it difficult to relate to people who let their emotions guide them. I'm not like guided by my emotions. I'm more of a rational type of person, so I can relate to them because I'm not like, I know what's going on with them. It's only hard to like get through them sometimes. When looking for a movie to watch, you can spend ages browsing the catalog. Yeah, I guess. You can stay calm under a lot of pressure. That's something that used to be me. I used to be very calm under a lot of pressure. Lately I've been feeling a lot of anxiety, so it's the exact opposite of that. But yeah, I'm working on it. I'm definitely working on it, but nah, not right now. When in a group of people you do not know, you have no problem jumping right into the conversation. Nah. When you sleep, your dreams tend to be bizarre and fantastical. Yeah, that's true. In your opinion, it is sometimes okay to step on others to get ahead in life. I was raised in a way, like in a very competitive environment. I don't feel good. I know a lot of success and today's economy is based on competition, so I guess that's part of it. But even though you're competing, you don't have to be dirty. Nah, it's not okay to step on others. You're dedicated and focused on your goals, only rarely getting sidetracked. I do get sidetracked with like a lot of side goals. I don't party that much. I think I focus on my goals to an extent where it's sometimes not as healthy. If you made a mistake, you tend to start doubting yourself, your abilities, or your knowledge. I think it depends on your level of self-love. Like, unfortunately right now I do doubt myself and my abilities or my knowledge a lot when I make mistakes. I don't like to make mistakes, but yeah, that's something that I should work on a lot more. When at social events, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. Yeah, that's definitely true. I feel like I already have such a hard time keeping up with my friends and like adding new people to the group of people I know, to my social circle, just feels like a burden sometimes. So yeah, that's true. You usually lose interest in a discussion when it gets philosophical. No, I love philosophical discussions. You would never let yourself cry in front of others. Other than my girlfriend, nah, I don't. But in front of Farina, I do. Yeah, I cry a lot. I cry a lot when watching movies.
All day long.
Yeah. It's always the animals. It's always animals and movies that make me cry. You feel more drawn to places with a bustling and busy atmosphere than more quiet and intimate ones. I think it's neutral. Like I love Seoul or big cities like Seoul or Hong Kong, and this kind of like when it's really, yeah, I like both atmospheres. I also really appreciate quiet and intimate atmospheres and nature. So I think it's pretty neutral. You like discussing different views and theories on what the world could look like in the future. Yeah, I do. I don't like the world how it is right now, so I do that a lot. When it comes to making life-changing choices, you mostly listen to your heart rather than your head. Very complicated. I grew up in a very rational household. I somehow turned out to be like a weird mixture with a lot of emotions coming into play. So I do think about things a lot, but in the end I do the stuff I feel like. So Even if it's the worst decision, yeah. You cannot imagine yourself dedicating your life to the study of something that you cannot see, touch, or experience. That is unfortunately true. You usually prefer to get your revenge rather than forgive. Ooh, okay. Also something that I learned over the years, back when I was young, I used to get into a lot of fights and I was like really driven on revenge. If someone tried to bully me, then I was just trying to get back at them in the worst way possible. But right now, no, that's not how it goes. I prefer to just forgive. You often make decisions on a whim. Nah, I think a lot. Time you spend by yourself often ends up being more interesting and satisfying than the time you spend with other people. No. I do spend a lot of time by myself and I like it, but the most interesting and more memorable memories are always shared with other people. You often put special effort into interpreting the real meaning or the message of a song or a movie. Yeah, a little bit. You always know exactly what you want. I know what I want. You rarely think back on the choices you made and wonder what you could have done differently. No, I do that. When in public space, you usually stick to quieter and less crowded areas. Yeah, you tend to focus on present realities rather than the future possibilities. Yeah. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. No, I think that's the opposite. People always tell me I'm very good at understanding their feelings. So I always end up being the one everyone talks to about their struggles, like, and their mental problems. When starting to work on a project, you prefer to make as many decisions up front as possible. No, actually, when I start to work on a project, I just head into it and then I just started, and then I have to make decisions while going through it, and then it's gonna be a mess. Yep. When you know someone thinks highly of you, you also wonder how long it will be until they become disappointed in you. Not really. No. You feel uncomfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. You feel comfortable just walking up to them. I don't do that. You often drift away into daydreaming about various scenarios or ideas. Yep. You look after yourself first, others come in second. Even when you have planned a particular daily routine, you usually just end up doing what you feel like at any given moment. Yeah, that's true. I do that. Your mood can change very quickly. I think my mood is pretty consistent. It is pretty consistent. The changes do happen, but it's not like that fast. You often contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life sometimes. You often talk about your own feelings and emotions. Feelings and emotions, I do. I go to therapy, I do that. More than other people, I think. You have got detailed education or career development plans stretching several years into the future. I do have a 2-year plan. I do have a 5-year plan. I think it's important. It never goes exactly how you plan it. Like really, especially if you're self-employed, like I am. So yeah, but it's important to have like somewhat of a plan ready. You rarely dwell on your regrets. Sometimes I do. Spending time in a dynamic atmosphere with lots of people around quickly makes you feel drained and in the need of a getaway. Yeah, my social battery isn't that high, so I guess. You see yourself as more of a realist than a visionary. I see myself as more of a realist than a visionary. You find it easy to empathize with a person who has gone through something you never have. Never gone through a hard breakup, but still I can empathize a lot with people who do, and yeah, so I guess. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than to organized and consistent efforts. That's true. Your emotions control you more than you control them. I have decent control over my emotions. I know my emotions, like I don't hide them, but I think I can control them, and even though I feel a certain way, even though I'm like angry or sad, I can still choose rationality. After a long and exhausting week, a fun party is just what you need. No, definitely not. You frequently find yourself wondering how technological advancement could change everyday life. You always consider how your actions might affect other people before doing something. It's not always a good point, but I do that, I can't help it. You still honor the commitments you have made even if you have a change of heart. Yeah. You rarely feel insecure. Oh, okay, you rarely feel insecure. Also something I had to deal with a lot while growing up, but right now I don't often feel insecure, not anymore. Alright, let's see. I am an advocate. Red avocado. Okay. INFJT. Tell me, what are my strengths and weaknesses? I'm creative, insightful, principled, passionate, and altruistic, but I'm sensitive to criticism. Don't tell people on the internet that you're sensitive to criticism. Okay, you're reluctant to open up. You're perfectionist, avoiding the ordinary, and prone to burnout. Yeah. People with this personality type look for depth and meaning in their relationships, preferring not to settle for a match that's founded on anything less than true love. You hear that? You can read up all this stuff and take your own test. 16 personalities. Do tell me in the comments which personality type you got. I think it's pretty fitting, and these kind of questions, like I know I would have answered them a lot differently a few years ago than I do now, so it's fun. It's been fun. Please tell me how it went for you, and I'll see you guys in another video.